Man, the presidential debates suck. I'm all for debates. I love debates. I think debates are the only tool we have for getting to the truth of things by challenging them and having thorough discussion and challenges and explanation of issues. But this debate format, it's no good. It does us nothing. There's not enough time. Having to explain very complicated points within 2 minutes is absurd. It's absurd. It's absurdly low. And then you combine that with, of course, the candidates talking over each other, especially Trump. Trump definitely was more of that. And what do you get in the end? Nothing but mudslinging. Within the small format, you don't have any time to cite your sources, to talk about supporting evidence or bullet points, and definitely not enough time to go point by point, which is what you need to do to get to the truth of things. Because if all you can talk about is the very highest level of talk, which is basically this is wrong or this is right, you can't effectively make good policies out of that, and you can't effectively carry out or disseminate the truth to people. There was a lot of deception all around. I think one part that really bugged me was when Chris Wallace demanded that Trump denounce white supremacist groups specifically related to Kenosha. And it's like, if you look at plenty of the footage that was captured on cell phones, they weren't white supremacist groups. They were just regular civilians that wanted to protect their businesses. And they even say, plenty of these guards even say, we support you guys being the rioters, but don't attack our town. Take it with the police. Your fight is with the government. And to call them white supremacists, I mean, come on, and just almost every talking point was like that. It's like they attacked each other's family, and yeah, I mean, face it, they're both nepotic. All right, I think Biden more so, because Hunter Biden got even more money than Eric Trump and Bianca Trump did from. But regardless, they're both like that. And then the taxes, right? They're both, they both take advantage of the tax system. Nothing about it is illegal, but you could definitely argue that a lot of it is unethical. And it's just, it's the rich mudslinging against the rich, and the rest of us, especially a lot of us that don't know any better, are just basically as foot soldiers, and we lose. Man, it's just really disgusting to watch, and I feel like the easy fix would be to just have an open debate with visuals. All right, so points are put on some sort of projection, either a white screen or a broadcasted or a chalkboard or something. Well, a chalkboard is a little antiquated, but there needs to be some sort of visual where there's a logical tree of points, and points that are countered and citations, so people can easily see the flow of logic. And then, of course, there needs to be no time limits, and this is why I was a big fan of the Joe Rogan hosting the debates, because he lets guests talk, and he asks hard questions. But the main thing is, there's no wiggle room in Joe Rogan podcasts for clever strategic editing or cutting someone off before they can finish their point, which is why his podcast is so popular in the first place, is because you get the whole message. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of time watching these presidential debates if they're going to continue to be like this. But my message to the rest of the world, whoever watches this, is just know that every issue is extremely complicated, Environmentalism is extremely complicated. Taxes is extremely complicated. You're not an expert in just a couple minutes. You're certainly not an expert even, just from one debate. The how is just as important as the what. If all we're focusing on is the what, or what is the message, and we're ignoring how that message will be implemented and executed, we're in for a disaster. And this happens all the time. It's usually it's the left that wants to push something new, like a what, and people believe it, people like it. It's for a good cause. The intent seems to be good and pure, and to try to improve things. But then the how, they really fuck up the how a lot. Either through mismanagement of funds or corrupt bureaucracies. And then when that happens, when the how is fucked up, then usually the conservatives will say, well, since the how fucked up, that means the what was also wrong to begin with. And they don't want, for the future attempts to do the what, they're going to decline to do that. And we've seen that in issues like environmentalism, social justice in general, racial equality versus equity, things like that. So just remember that, all right? Just remember the how is just as important as the what.